Hello, I'm Chad Baker with LE Software, and as part of our Feature in Depth series, I'm going to go a little more detail into our desired bandwidth feature, which is a resource control feature that not only controls bandwidth but can also control CPU on the clients. So PST Migrator is a distributed application. So one of the most important things companies need to do is to plan out how much bandwidth they're going to be using. And this feature gives you the ability to restrict each client to a certain bandwidth, so that way you do not overload your networks. So I will share out my computer here. I'm going to start by running a little tracer program, which shows us the amount of bandwidth that Outlook is running. So up here, as you can see, there's not much bandwidth being used right now by Outlook. Um, you can see here what the current transfer rate is, and we got some averages, and then the total amount sent. And then I'm going to, in the configuration, I have the desired bandwidth here set to 25 kilobits per second. So we shouldn't eat up too much while that's running. So let me kick off PST Migrator. Give that a little bit to go. Once we see the demo data folder here show up under imported PSTs, we know that we have started processing PST data. And then once we start going, we see how much bandwidth we're using. We will then increase the amount that it is using, and we will go up to, we'll go to 2 megabytes per second. So once I save that, the software will identify it within the configuration file and increase the amount of bandwidth we are using. So right now, as you can see, it started migrating that PST, and we can see the average utilization is pretty low. So you can see there like the amount sent, the amount received. We're staying around 100, 200K. There's some that Outlook is using all the time for synchronization. So this isn't exactly tied to how much Outlook is using. But as you can see, we're controlling the amount of bandwidth fairly well there. I'm going to save the configuration file. And then once Outlook sees that configuration change, PST Migrator should start increasing the amount of data used quite a bit. And you can see right away, we're starting to see that now we're pushing well over 500 kilobits per second. And a lot of this depends on the amount of data and the type of the data that's migrating. So a all text message would be compressed by the OST synchronization. So we're not going to send the full amount, but all of our calculations for the bandwidth control are based upon the size of the message. And you can see there, we just jumped. So there's 1 megabit per second. And we are now moving at a much faster bandwidth. So that is all I have to show you today for the feature in depth on the desired bandwidth. Thank you.